Get ready for some great music and great stories. Band in Seattle starts right now. Welcome to Band in Seattle. I'm Xander Denke, and with me is David Michael Stedman, songwriter, music editor, and lead singer of the band The Stax Brothers, to talk about tonight's band, Grace Love and the True Loves.
Grace is the greatest. In a modern musical landscape where we can argue about what the term soul music really means today, when you close your eyes and listen to this young woman, what soul music is suddenly becomes crystal clear. When you open your eyes, you'll see that soul music is happening right now in Seattle. She's the queen, guitarist Jimmy James the king, and together, they're unstoppable.
So open your ears and stick around. We'll be right back with Grace Love and the True Loves.
All right, we'd like to bring to the stage the star of our show. Put your hands together for Miss Grace Love, ladies and gentlemen.
It's in the depths of my being. I'm passionate for a lot of things. Music, it's built in. Music always comes through for me. And it always inspires me to just keep going. I'm so happy and blessed that I have it.
I've been waiting for this moment all of my life. I've been reinventing myself, 'cause everything happens for a reason.
The sequenced events in my life have made certain things happen for a reason. And so I believe it with all my spirit that everything does happen for a reason. No matter what you're going through, no matter how you're hurting inside, it's building you for something hopefully better. And hopefully you can see that.
Everything happens for a reason. Dry your eyes.
Music didn't actually really happen for me until my mom passed. I mean, I always had the talent, it was always built in, but I never kind of pursued it because I was just like, I want to do other things with my life. And after that moment, I got the life is too short feeling, and I kind of just decided that I wanted to do something with it.
No more rocks to throw. Just give it to the universe, baby, yeah. 'Cause everything happens for a reason.
I eventually went down to Florida and worked for Disney World. I was like, oh, there's a talent competition. I might as well try. I have nothing to lose. I won Best Singer in 2007 at Disney World. That kind of gave me the little push and confidence that I needed.
Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason.
Working for Disney, I met a lot of people from all over the world. Specifically, I met this amazing cat from New Jersey, and he's like, well, you gotta come up to New York. Come and check it out, you know, do some shows. And I decided to move there and just get involved in the music scene as much as I possibly could. And then eventually singing at the Apollo Theater in Harlem.
When I call you, you always push ignore. You're out there getting.
Auditioning for Apollo, I was living in a hostel. Hosteling, if you don't know, it's shared living with random people from all over the world. New York is expensive. It's not, I can't even say expensive, it's ridiculous. And I was like, well, the hostel living's not so bad, but you never have a bed to sleep in, you never have your own space. And then they started transitioning out hostels. They're like, oh, these are illegal now. And so I can't afford anything else. After that was being homeless in New York for years. Like literally sleeping on trains and like not eating for days and not sleeping for a week, you know, and like being at the bottom. People are treating you like you're nothing. but then you get to go that night and do a show and get it all off your chest. It makes it worth it.
Why you gotta be mean to me? Yeah. Why you gotta be mean to me? Yeah. Oh, baby, can't you see? I'm no good, I'm no good, I'm no good, I'm no good without you. Can't you see? Yeah. I'm no good without you. Yeah. Why you gotta be mean? Oh, why you gotta be mean to me? Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm just.
It's tiny.
Okay, I'm like tearing up.
Undress me, baby. I'm guessing that's why I'm here.
Forgetting everything that I was told, that I wasn't good enough, that I wasn't pretty enough, that there was something missing. If I kept listening to that, I wouldn't be here. I think the inspiration is to look in the mirror and be like, what do I want to do? I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a dentist, a doctor, a singer. You just look in the mirror and you tell yourself every day, that's what I want to be.
So let me be. And like a needle, and I'm like a bird, pumping enough for survival. Wasn't living till you came. Let me be. Oh, let me be.
After being homeless for a while, I called a good friend of mine who lives in Belfair. Every place that I've ever lived, I always come back to Washington. That was just how I had to do it. I had to come back, kind of restart.
Where am I standing? In the middle of nowhere, yeah. I must face it that I've lost myself, and I can't do it. I can't love you, no.
I ran into Grace through a guy who I was playing a show at the Sea Monster. And he says, you gotta meet this lady named Grace. You gotta hear her voice, you know, she's just amazing. And so I was like, yeah, bring her on up, I wanna hear her, you know. So she starts singing, and she like sung the first 2 notes, and I was like, okay, I'm already sold. I love her voice, I think she's just amazing.
Wonder how you lasted. It's so fantastic. Shots of adrenaline running through my mind. He looks at you, and you know it's time to join the clouds and the setting sun, 'cause he knows how to get it done. And I got that fire. I got that fire.
David started a show. He was like, hey, let's put this loose group together. And I was like, okay, sure, why not?
Jimmy James knew Grace already. He was the one who suggested that maybe she should come into the fold.
And it was just magic. We just kept writing songs. Like, we were jamming, but like, remember that song? Okay, remember that hook? Oh, I like that song, you know, and that's how Fire came about.
I'm lost without a care, but I knew you would take me there. I got that fire, I got that fire, I got that fire.
I had this idea in my head, you know, and I look at Dave and I said, hey, give me a nice like drum beat like this, you know, tap, 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 tap. The groove started. And then Grace, off the top of her head, was, and I'm not gonna sing, I'm not a singer, but she was like, I got that fire. I got that fire.
I got that fire. I got that fire. I got that fire. I got that fire. I got that fire. I got that fire. I got that fire. I got that fire.
When I'm composing and I hear something, I want to hear that little tinge. Does that make me feel sexy? Does it make me feel sad? Does it make me feel inspired or powerful? And whatever that is, it just comes to me.
I got that fire.
Light in the Attic's movie and compilation, Weedle's Groove, thankfully got this town and the wonderful musicians involved a lot of attention internationally. But I urge you out there to understand that for Grace Love and Jimmy James, their time is right now. They're the vanguards of an active scene releasing 7-inch singles on labels like We Coast and Tramp Records. These are albums that are going to knock you out. Grace and Jimmy and their true loves are getting serious love from all the greats, like Brooklyn's Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings.
You are not going to want to miss this. We'll be right back with Grace Love and the True Loves.
It's in your hands, baby. It's in your feet. It's all over, sugar, your body. It's called the Shake It Out.
Jimmy James is like a walking encyclopedia of soul music. When I first heard Jimmy James play, he was just someone I just knew I had to play with.
Shake it out. While you're standing.
So we actually had to convince Jimmy James to be the band leader. He's the one who's in charge of the group, and we look to him for all of our cues. When he gives us the cue, he's definitely lifting his guitar up and bringing it down. It's very clear cues so that there's no confusion. We also communicate back with him when we feel we're ready for a change to happen. So it's not just him deciding what's going to happen, it is collaborative. He tends to turn around and face all of us so that he can lead all of us. It definitely separates the band from other bands. It also preserves Grace as the focal point.
Come on, baby, and shake it out. You gotta shake it out.
I was never thinking about being a band leader. I just wanted to be that guy that's playing in the back. That's all I wanted to do. I never thought I would ever do something like that. But what I've learned is, if you want it to sound right, you have to take command. If you watch anybody from like James Brown, how he directs a group, and it hits and stops and what have you. And if you want it to sound right, you have to start taking charge. I had to get out of my shell and decide, okay, you know what? I'm gonna try this.
Shake it out. Come on and shake it out. You know what? I think we need to take them to church, y'all. Come on now. Shake it out. Come on and shake it out. Come on and shake it out.
Shake it out. It's an amazing feeling to get their attention, the crowd's attention. And you just see people doing whatever they want. I don't necessarily have a dance for it yet, but seeing people just shake it out is just an amazing feeling to inspire people to, go to church.
Come on and shake it out. Thank y'all for shaking it out. Yeah. So I told myself I never let you go. Something about you, baby, it soothes my soul. And I can't stop laughing, and I can't stop smiling. You got that something I'm totally into, and I love the way you love me. Love the way you hold me.
Nobody Sweeter is a song about that one true love that You know, that thing that you connect with when you meet that person that you care about, and I can see all the ladies in the audience going, yep, I like that.
Baby, than you. Nobody's sweeter, honey, than you. You got that something that makes me feel complete. When you kiss me, baby, oh, my heart goes beat. And I can't stop laughing, and I can't stop smiling.
Grace just struck me immediately as being a powerhouse vocalist, you know, always in tune and brings a lot of soul to the stage, brings a lot of power to the stage, and really is able to connect with the audience really well. You know, she's really able to turn the musical experience into a kind of a healing experience, which for me is very important to have.
Grace is a force. So besides just her beautiful singing, she has this personality that you just gravitate towards. She's very kind, very caring, and it just rubs off on you, and you become a much more kind and caring person as a result.
One more song, and you know what's gonna happen. Y'all gonna sing it with me. Every time I see you, I just want to be your lady. Yeah, yeah, baby, that's your part. Yeah, yeah, baby. We're gonna do it a couple more times. Yeah, yeah, baby.
Working with this big band, I feel powerful. I feel like creme de la creme, you know? And I feel just backed properly. They're like my chariot.
For a long while, I wanna love you from sun up to sundown. Baby, tell me, are you around? And I'll say, yeah, yeah, baby. Come on, y'all, I wanna hear you.
The horn section is comprised of a trumpet player, trombone player, and the saxophone. Jason Cressy on trombone, Scott Morning on trumpet. I've been wanting to play with them for years. They both play in some of Seattle's, in my opinion, best groups. Scott plays with the Polyrhythmics, and Jason has toured with Macklemore and plays in a group called Tuba Luba. It's a real privilege to be able to play with them.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, yeah, baby. And then a little guitar. And then a little percussion.
My favorite part about an audience is people who are coming to a show and wanting to feel. And they want to be touched. They want to be moved. That is my job. And if I can encourage them to be moved, I'm so happy about that.
Okay, yeah, baby. Let me feel you in my heart now, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, baby. All right, thank you guys so much.
Well, when Grace goes out to the audience, especially like when we do Yeah, Baby, she goes out to the audience and they just sing along. It's like being in church. And you know you're having that hallelujah moment, that Holy Ghost moment, where the whole congregation is singing at the top of their lungs. It's more gospel than anything.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Come on, man. Yeah, baby.
want this band to travel. I want people to see us because, first of all, we have way too much fun on the road, but I really want to see Grace Love and the True Loves travel. I want us to play some amazing venues in New York and all over the state. I mean, and even travel to Europe. That would be really cool for us. Because I think that all of us have been working musicians for so long that we've paid our dues, you know. It'd be really cool to see us on a bigger stage with a lot more money. That'd be nice. Just be inspired all the time. Like, just find your inspiration somewhere. And, you know, go with your gut. And like I said, always surround yourself with people that are pushing you up and not pulling you down.
Well, that's it for tonight's Band in Seattle. If you want to hear more, check us out on bandinseattle.com, where you can hear full concerts and find links for more information about our bands and where they're playing next. David?
To stay up with the latest on the band scene, check out my new website, 100milesofmusic.com. We celebrate the underdogs in music.
Check it out. Thanks for watching. Join us next week for more great music and great stories on Band in Seattle.